What is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with day 54 of another daily live stream. A good day as always. Thank you very much everyone for joining right now. We've got a lot of news as always to cover. The title being quite a generic title: Casper holders will become millionaires, incoming Casper catalyst. We're going to cover some of the Casper catalyst in this video, as well as other crypto and market sentiments as always regarding the incoming elections, the housing market, the job market, all which leads towards, potential downside in the very, very near future, but also potential upside. And we're going to discuss it in the stream as always. If you enjoy these streams, be doing this again 54 days in a row now. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you want to know more about crypto, market sentiments, and also Casper, and just anything really, then please feel free to join my free Discord server. Literally yesterday, we went through a bit of a development. It's just started, but I'm sure it'll be very, very big as time goes on. I finally decided to ask a few of my more devoted and OG members if they wanted to help out in managing the server. In doing so, already seen some massive, changes. Shout out to the four: Cody, Mr. Miles, Leroy, and Casper God, my ledger lords. And we already got again many more channels from the server, many more ways for people to express themselves in the other projects they believe in aside from just Casper. I'm going to continue going up there and there as well. We had some very good ideas from some people already, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes in the weeks, months, and years to come. So, without further ado, Casper holders will become millionaires. Well, we got some posts here. It's kind of some bad news, but it's bad news that I think I can segue into, for the time being, it's bad news, but it will segue into what I believe is going to be coming very, very shortly, which is very, very big news for Casper. What's up, Bingo Bag, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Toggle Delay as well. Good morning, my man. Good afternoon, Jay Honey. Price needs to stay low this weekend, and I have my bag. Yeah, I would love the price to stay low. I see right now we can see Casper's at 16.6 cents, up 0.77% on the daily time frame, and there's a chance to see Casper come back up or potentially go down. We'll have to wait and see. Right now we have the KII event, and that might be a potential catalyst depending on the announcement that could send Casper price going higher. We'll have to wait and see, of course, though. What's up, Leo, my man? Welcome back to the stream, you absolute legend. And now to get into this part of the video, this stream here, the first point, as a segue leading up into what we're going to be talking about in the stream, there are some issues with Casbot and KRC20, and people are taking advantage right now, which is a shame, but it's not, uncommon. There are no buy orders, and the floor price being moved by posting an imaginary sell. You can manipulate the price. People right now are taking advantage of the incredible KRC20 and manipulating the price because there's still a lack of adoption. There's no buy orders, and the floor price is being moved constantly due to a lack of adoption right now. The bigger projects can, by far in theory, go to their competitors if they have a whale and know it won't be bought instantly, so they can have as much time as they want to manipulate the price, and just basically influence the price of Casper and the KRC20 projects going forward as well. This is a problem that needs to be addressed soon, or these markets are going to fall on their self before they even start. So we need buy orders available, we need floor prices to not be moved if the transaction hasn't happened, and ultimately we need an exchange, or even if it's solely just KRC20 tokens. I don't know if a box will fix this. This is now something we need to keep in mind as people who are trying to keep informed in the Casper space and the community in general. We need to keep this in mind that we need to start seeing some changes, some adoption before things potentially get worse, right? And we're starting to see this stuff happening already. We smell decks coming for KRC20 tokens, change, finance, and this is not the KDX scandal. This has been, KDX, which had no connection to Casper, they just claimed to be, and they rugged people. This is legit. Casper retweeted it. You had Casplex retweeted it as well. Change finance is legit. TikTok around the corner, something big is about to drop. Casper KRC20 coming to change finance. We can see from their post. Sneak peek straight from our test environment. Things are looking very, very good. Casper Silver here, shout out to him. He just tested out finance change finance to swap with the Casper network. It appears to be working now. He traded CUSDT, which is the KRC20 token version of USDT, for Casper, and it went through within a minute, so very, very quick. Really interesting to see that this can be done with Casper now, and we are only just starting. It's just the beginning. We got a lot more incoming with Casper. This again, it's very, very early in this project. And then in regards to exchange listings, we're starting to see the adoption for KRC20 grow a little bit by bit. Of course, SOMPs right now, they officially have a new listing on L Bank Exchange, which is good to see. Now, SOMPs is not surprising considering that SOMPs, as we can see from the KRC20 token address, the token part of CASFI, SOMPs is not fair launched, it had pre-minted quite a considerable amount of it, so therefore, understandably, and makes sense, they would have paid some of their tokens, paid some money to get listed on L Bank. At least that's I imagine that's the case. These ones that are fair launch will take a little bit longer. They have to raise funds to do it, which they had all of them being completely minted out, so they have, I imagine they have the liquidity to do so right now. But yeah, Somps had that, but either way, we've got a listing on L Bank, which is very, very good to see. It listed on L Bank, so this may also explain as to why Somps right now is currently up 31% on the daily time frame. We've got other projects as well that's doing well. Casper, Ghost has come back up after retracting below 10 million. It's now back above 10 million again, making it the second strongest after Nacho. You still got Casper, which seems to be making a recovery a little bit as well. Obviously, Gold right now. Gold had a very, very big move recently due to the fact that this announcement here, where you got welcome to the POW Milli family Gold coin. Ultimately, this is Gold's collaboration with POW, who have experience working with Casper in the past, and they're also utilizing AI, which of course, for those who've been in my space, has been in this space, not even my space, this space in a long time, you should understand now how big AI is going to be. So the fact of the matter being that you've got a partnership with Go, which is very good to see, and of course AI related, that could also spur some increased FOMO and adoption for the project, which is why it did very well yesterday. So right now, of course, the top five in terms of market cap for the Casper meme tokens is still Nacho, Nacho, Casper, then Gold, then Caspi, and then it's Somps below that. If you go over here, we can see Somps is right there. This is the top 5 right now. And I'm sure we're going to see this adoption go more and more as time goes on. In continuation, we've got the L Bank listing for Somps, that's very, very cool. And then we've got some major updates for the Ghost of Casper, which is very, very good to see. Casper is leading the charge on KRC20 with the most development and the most bullish plans lined up. Of course, Nacho is by far and away the biggest KRC20 meme token. By far the biggest in terms of market cap right now. And I'm sure it'll continue in that fashion for a little while, because it's meant to be effectively what Bonk is to Solana and Shiba Inu is to Ethereum. It's the baby of Casper meme tokens. Shy's cat. That's what it's meant to be based off. So Nacho is doing very, very well. Casper is about 5x below it. So we have to see a 500% rise in Casper to see it reach the price of Nacho right now in market cap. But either way, we've got some big developments coming to Casper right now, where we can see their roadmap. They have a new website up as well, which is very, very cool to see. They've got a lot of stuff planned. We can see for late September, so in the next few weeks to mid-October, they plan to have some exchange listings, which again is what we need to see for this to no longer be a problem anymore with this whole people taking advantage of it. We need to start seeing some exchange listings, so we're going to have that coming very, very soon. The reveal of our new and updated website has already started to happen. Continued developments of the Casper mobile wallet and now named Ghost Wallet. Ongoing Secret Society events. Reveal of first Casper NFT collection. All of this stuff happened beside the exchange listing, to my knowledge. So again, we're seeing more developments come out more and more, and then we can see quickly, if we read through again, what's happening for the rest of from October to the rest of the year, what's planned to happen early next year, and just again, ultimately more and more bullish, good things coming for meme tokens, which again, with the growth and adoption of these meme tokens, again, they can make some volatile gains. It's great to see for those who wanted to get into it early, but with the growth of these meme tokens, that will then hopefully, because there are people who just like meme tokens, of course. They'll see this, want to get into it, and also want to understand more about it to an extent, right? The same way people like Fifi, they know that the developer of Fifi made it was Hobie and Pepe, I believe. People also then very bullish on Fifi, although it's not really doing that well, and I don't really care about Fifi. But it's just, again, it's the point I'm trying to make, that meme tokens do well, and if Casper and Nacho and Somps and Gold and Caspi, the top 5, and even the rest of them continue to perform better and better, we can start seeing increased adoption with the KRC20 and Casper as well. And this is just going to help further in this growth coming to KRC20 with a DEX on the horizon for the tokens, which will also help reduce potential manipulation, people taking advantage of the KRC20 ecosystem, which is very, very good to see. And of course, then we've got this as well, which people put in my stream yesterday. I also mentioned it I made a video last night about it, talking about ultimately the issue I covered a few days ago about the scam that happened, and stablecoins incoming and everything else. And I also covered the fact that we have got confirmation from Tangum that KRC20 tokens into Tangum seem to be in the work, which is very, very good. Again, more ways to hold your tokens. Tangum, of course, not surprising, because they are in very, very close partnership with Casper. They're very, very close to them, so that's very, very good to see. I've already mentioned the fact that Goad have this AI thing working with them right now, which is also very, very good. I think if Casper can get more AI integrated, that could be very, very good. Because I think Casper's going to be able to kind of target most, if not all, markets. I think if you get some AI incorporated, it might do very well for it, because AI is, again, just a market that is currently booming. If we go and check out the AI projects right now on CoinMarketCap, we can see you've got the likes of Near, which has just gone up. You can see the growth in AI projects in the past 30 days. Just take a look at that. This tells you what AI is doing right now. FET is up 30%. ICP has not done much. That's ICP. Tao's been going crazy recently, doing absolutely insane things. Near, of course, is doing quite well. Render up 30%. Injective up 20%. You could, again, I just scroll through and just take a quick moment to see all these projects. Seemingly all of them are doing very, very well. Just again, mainly because of AI. I mean, this is where the market's going, but again, the market hasn't done anything crazy. After the rate cuts, we haven't seen anything like absolutely nuts. Like Bitcoin, after the rate cuts, has been hovering around this, again, just constantly rebounding off this support, this resistance level, and I still think we're struggling to break through it right now. I think we probably will. But it's like the past 30 days, you know, if you do past 30 days for Bitcoin, which 30 days would be 23rd of August, which is here, you can see it's gone up about 6%. And then comparatively, you see all the AI projects have gone up like 20 to 30%, if not higher, some of them as well. So again, I think the growth in AI will be very, very big. That's why I'm also starting to get more bullish on AI projects and looking into them more. And this Goad thing could be very, very big for Casper and for Goad as well. AI, again, just being a very, very big space that I am, again, with my Discord server, I've just created, again, me and my OG mods. Shout out to them, also were speaking about it. We ended up creating some subcategories, so we ended up adding some altcoin system ecosystems, which covers the meme tokens. People want to talk about meme tokens, the gaming tokens, which I'm going to get more into in due time. AI, of course, I'm talking about more and more on AI. Of course, Tao's the one that had the most popularity right now, and then real world assets, which include stuff like XRP and those sort of things as well, which I'll also be filling in when I have the time to do so. But it's just a way where everyone can just, you know, come and join a space that's, you know, free to join, talk about your projects you love, Casper, and then also talk about other projects you have interest in, and we can just discuss, you know, where we feel this is going to go and whether they're good or not. But that's the whole premise of the ecosystem right now. And then again, more bullish stuff coming to Casper. All in all, final reminder right now, we have the Casper fam meetup in Dublin with the KII starting today, finishing tomorrow. It's going to be a very, very big event. I'm sure we're going to hit many announcements. We can see already, you know, they're meeting already. You know, you've got Michael Sutton there alongside Shy and everyone else. You know, I think that should be is that Rory O'Neill. Don't recognise him. It might be. I mean, I might have got that wrong. I apologise if that is me. But point being, for now seeing Casper in Dublin for the KI event, and you know, we could potentially see some very, very big announcements coming from that. We got this post here from Chris Hutchinson. Make sure to tune in to tomorrow's blockchain banter. Where they're talking about, you know, people are going to be talking about the KDX scandal. People obviously very, very iffy about it. And then we talk about many more things. And of course, the KRI replied to this saying it should come into the Cas Fan meetup, which is in Dublin. We may try to briefly jump on and show, and I'll jump on the show with you. So we may see in this event taking place tomorrow, the KRI jumping on once again, hopefully dropping some more alpha. The last time we saw that, we heard the Rory O'Neill drop alpha, which regarded to, you know, the fact that Rory O'Neill was speaking to a major financial institution that trades $20 to $40 trillion a year, who does 95% of settlements on Ethereum, and he told that major FI, if you switch to Casper, you'll save tens of millions of dollars. He mentioned all the major sectors that, you know, they're trying to get Casper involved in, the 5 major applications of the blockchain. The fact that in the energy sector, by 2030, it should be valued at $2 trillion, and underlying assets, we want Casper to become an underlying asset that will also be extremely valuable. So again, there could be some very, very big things at the event announced, and also in this live, should the KRI join, which is very, very cool to see. Michael Tutterman, welcome back to the stream. Hey, quick, can you give us your opinion on why Casper is the only one coin that didn't pump in the last week or two? Tell me 8%, Sui as well. Sui had a lot of major developments recently. So I'm not completely clued in with Sui, but I have seen that Sui has done. I've been loosely following Sui. I have retweeted some stuff from Sui on my Twitter page. I have retweeted some stuff from Sui here on my Twitter page here and there. But Sui has been going. All I do know is that, from what I do know, which again I need to build my research more of it, Sui's been going through a lot of major developments recently. Like we can see right now, the volume's going parabolic, nearly 1 billion, which is very, very insane. And in regards to Tau, I think it's an AI boom. As I showcase here, all these projects here are all AI, and look at the growth in all the AI in the last week. I think it's an AI boom right now, which it's understandable because AI is growing more and more, the ecosystem develops more and more. I mean, Tau, of course, one of the bigger ones, but I think it's just an AI boom for that regard. They're also different projects, right? Keep in mind, AI, I mean, Sui and AI projects, they're not exactly what Casper's trying to do. Casper's a completely different project in that regard. You know, it's a proof of work, fair launch, and it's trying to become a peer-to-peer electronic, money medium exchange, so to speak. So I think Casper is in a stagnant period, which I do understand frustrations with that. Trust me, I do more than anyone. But I have my own resolve, and I still believe that Casper is a project that will have its moment. I mean, Casper had its moment already. Casper had its moment here. One of its moments in the peak, launching at the peak of the bull cycle in one of the worst bear markets in history. This is its moment here, pumping the whole time up. All the other projects now are just having their pumps now. Like this is Sui from its all time. It's had its moment here, and obviously around here as well. It had its moment here. Then you look at stuff like Tau. Tau, of course, is doing Tau's doing very, very well. Taking nothing away from Tau, but you can see Tau had its moment around here, and it's obviously doing parabolic stuff right now. So I think in due time we'll see Casper follow in suit when we again have the level of adoption. Because again, one thing to take away as well, that all the other projects here, they have the Binances and the Krakens and the Coinbases as well. They have the major exchanges, and Casper has none of them yet. I say yet because they're coming. Kraken's confirmed. We know Coinbase have connections. We don't know when they're going to list. We know Binance is very eager. We don't know when they're going to list though. But we also have confirmation, which I have mentioned in previous streams. And I also have linked it as well, that in this roundtable that took place a month and a half ago, August 7th, at Billy Goat's Tell, they confirmed, Wolfie, one of the Casper ambassadors, confirmed that Casper had been in talks with the top 6 tier 1 exchange listings for about 6 months. So they know of Casper. Just haven't listed it yet because Casper being a fair launch, they don't pay money to listing. That's not what they do. The exchanges themselves have to accumulate Casper to list it, and it takes a while to do that. And also keep in mind as well, there may be a possibility, a likelihood that these exchanges might be taking a bit of a back seat right now to list Casper, because Casper is currently going through a hard fork, a migration phase to 10 BPS. Despite the fact that they're doing their due diligence, make sure they're doing it really, really well, taking their time with it. Hard forks always carry risks of potential hackers and scammers getting involved as the migration is going on, with potential faults in the code. Again, Casper taking so much time doing this, there shouldn't be any faults in the code, but it's still a risk that they may not be willing to take. So once the 10 BPS is done, then we might start seeing a surge in accumulation and adoption. But at the same time, if these exchanges were to buy up Casper, because that's what we have to do to list it, we'd end up seeing a massive surge in Casper's price if that was to happen. So it's more likely they're going to be starting to build up very, very slowly, just little bits by bit, in preparation for their time to list it. Hopefully we'll see Kraken this year. I'm sure we will do. I'm hoping Binance will list as well, but that's a bit more speculative. And I think Coinbase, OKX, and there's no news about these other exchanges, but I think they'll be coming probably 2025. Maybe peak of the bull cycle. We'll have to wait and see. Gensler could pump Casper in a big way, actually. I think Gensler could pump crypto in a big way with all the developments happening with him right now. He is getting absolutely cooked in front of Congress. Before he even testifies, he's getting cooked, which I understand. He's a complete tyrant. And also not to mention as well that there was recent confirmation that Cynthia Lummis's general counsel confirmed that the SEC has actually already given a green light, special permission to BNY Mellon, one of America's largest banks, to custody Bitcoin and crypto. So the SEC, despite the fact that they've been very anti-crypto the whole time, and Gallagher has been lying time and time again, the SEC has already given special permission to some people to get ahead of the game, which is just corrupt, as always, but it's also more proof that we are now finally starting to see this shift in adoption right now. And also, I mentioned, I saw something earlier when I was talking about it. I think it was the head of digital assets at Franklin Templeton, forget his name, but I saw a conference. He was part of a conference event, and he confirmed that they've been in talk with the SEC, over 50 times. Like, they've been constantly talking to the SEC time and time again, and even they can acknowledge now they start to slowly but surely start to see a shift in the SEC's mindset from it just being straight no crypto, we hate it, to more acceptance and trying to understand the space now. As opposed to just being tyrants, they're now finally trying to understand the space, which is good to see. So I'm sure in due time we'll start seeing some shifts in that regard. And big catalyst to come will be the regulations, of course, and also the elections, which we're going to get into in just a moment. We'll get into that a little bit more. But as always, if you want these streams, man, doing these streams now for about 54 days, and it's been a great joy for me, honestly, to speak to you all every single day. So enjoy the streams, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Took a delay. The listing were the problems those 2 weeks. Once we got the listing, Casper will not only get 8% like town. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, my reading ability is a bit short today. I've been just working too long. But yeah, I think the difference again, Tau and the other AI project was an AI boom to my knowledge. Swee's just done a very, very great things recently. I'm going to look into a bit more exactly what it was that made Sweet go parabolic, but I know Sweet's been doing very, very big things recently, which is why we saw such a surge in adoption. I think it, and then, and also to keep in mind what they have those exchange listings, which Casper does not. Casper does not, and much as, people I hate saying it, I hate saying it and time and time again because it gets boring, but at the same time, it's what you have to keep in mind. The exchange listings are a very, very big deal, not for initial price movement, but just for the level of adoption that can come to the project. Casper right now, unfortunately, has limited adoption potential because it hasn't got tier 1. So when there's some good news that comes for Casper, people who are casual traders who don't want to use the Bybits or Gates or KuCoins or Mexis, whatever you name it, L banks, they won't want to use it, or Pionex. Even though Pionex just listed in the US, which is very, very big news, people may not want to use it because it's not the Binances, not the Krakens, right? Not the Coinbases. And therefore, without this exchange, there's only so much adoption that can happen. Even saying that though, Casper's still sitting above 4 billion market cap without a tier 1. That in itself is a massive feat. No other project that's history. No other project in existence has ever done this. Be a top 25, even top 30, I think. No project has ever reached top 30 without a tier 1 listing. Casper has actually surpassed top 20 for a moment before it corrected back down to 23 now. But Casper's reached top 20 with no tier 1. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen again without a tier 1, but I think Kraken's on the way. Potentially we could see Kraken in October. There's speculation that might happen because Kraken did confirm, let me get the post up so I can find out exactly how long ago it was. Kraken confirmed a while back now. Was it this post here? Nope, it was this post here. It was on the 18th of August, so about a month ago. 18th of August, right here, Kraken support confirmed they have secured a spot listed for Casper. So therefore, the people speculating that it might be next month in October then, because it's they've been waiting a month. How long do you need to actually get a project listed? It's a question, right? There's no confirmation, of course, when it's going to happen, but this could again happen potentially in October, which could help Casper's price go a little bit more. Well, more adoption comes to Casper, then more price action following that as well. Again, why I'm so bullish about Casper and why I'm holding Casper, because it's a project right now that has just not got the level of adoption it needs, and when it gets that, and you're going to be praying you got more at just 16.58 cents. Right, I think it's inevitable. And again, one thing I want to go on a bit tangent about, also why I'm bullish. You see these gaming projects right now. I've not caught any of these pumps yet. I'm still doing my research into them to find out when I want to get into them. I might have missed it. These might be the bottom for these gaming projects, but I'm not too worried because again, some of these projects have the potential. These projects are so undervalued as well because gaming's not the market for it yet. These projects can potentially do 20x's. I think. Again, I'm not done enough research into it, but you've seen right now the likes of GFAL up 16% daily time frame, Miria up 14%, Nakamoto Games 18%. This is why I'm also bullish on gaming projects. Gaming projects I think are ones that will make big gains in the cycle, and also why I added a gaming section in my Discord server, just for those who want to put more stuff about gaming projects. And I think in due time, just like how we're seeing a boom with AI right now and crypto adoption, I think in due time we'll have a gaming boom as well. When that happens, that's going to be a very explosive market, and I cannot wait to see that. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of stuff coming to Casper ultimately. And again, the more adoption Casper gets, the better we're going to see the price surge in the future. Right now, we can see Ice River as well. They're talking about next gen home ASIC miners for Casper and Alpha coming soon. So that also might explain then why we started seeing a few weeks ago, why we started seeing like 50% off on a lot of the miners. Like KS5, I think it was, and other stuff as well. They saw 50% off because they're now trying to bring new next gen miners. So that means they're trying to sell off the old stock so they can bring a new stock, and that will help as well in the hash rate. Right now, the hash rate is being rather stagnant for Casper. After peaking around, I think it peaked at 1.16 all in all. We saw a little bit of a correction down here, coming down a little bit, which I think was due to the fact that we're seeing the migration right now to this new RK version, which is almost completely done. And also because mining's not profitable right now, but we start seeing it come back up. It's now hovering between 1 to 1.1 EH, which is very, very good to see. And we'll get more of that, I'm sure, as the project grows in adoption as time goes on. Again, keep in mind, you've got the likes of Marathon, who are also involved in Casper. You're seeing more and more miners getting involved. I mentioned about 2 weeks ago, I believe, that Oklahoma have just created again, shout out to Mr. Miles for the scoop. He showcased that there's a new mining site being built in Oklahoma that is purely for Casper. We're going to see more of that in due time, I'm sure, as well. And then, right, I guess the next part to talk about is in the real world sentiment, the market sentiment is also why I'm so optimistic about where crypto is going to go, understanding as much as I can about it. We've got news like this, right, to start off. Breaking the US home price to median household income ratio is now at 7.2%, a new all-time high. So in other words, the average single family home is in the United States now costs more than 7 times the median annual household income. Just take a moment, just take that in for a moment. Do you know how insane that is? This ratio is officially above the 7.1 times recorded in 2020 and 6.8 seen in the 2008 housing bubble. So the financial crisis of 2008 was caused from a housing collapse, housing bubble. And right now, the levels are worse than that. I'm not saying the housing bubble is going to be what causes the potential crisis or recession coming in, but it's worse than that right now. By comparison, a few years before the 2020 pandemic, it was at 5.5. So it's getting worse and worse continuously. US housing affordability is getting worse and worse. It doesn't help as well when the unemployment is rising higher and higher, especially in the youth. You know, people who are in their low 20s, or even then low 30s, like people from age 16 to 24, the unemployment rate is starting to rise higher and higher. Oh my God, it's good. It's all good. Thank you very much, man, for the donation. You're an absolute legend. Thanks for all the hard work and diligence, my man. Thank you very much for the $5 donation. You're an absolute legend. Making my day as always. Thank you very much, my man. Hopefully you can enjoy these streams. And again, if you enjoy these streams, we're doing these daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Because we've got more stuff coming. Again, we are very, very early in crypto. And I'm going to be here hopefully every single day. And if I'm not, of course, I'll let people know if I can't turn up. But being 54 days consistently. And I plan to be here every single day to inform you of Casper, crypto, and market sentiment news. So thank you very much. It's all good. You're a legend, my man. My natural is dumping. It's just the market right now. This also might be in relation to what this guy was talking about here, about people taking advantage of it and manipulating the price right now. But it's just the nature of the market right now. I'm sure that it's dumping right now, but with what natural is, I'm sure we'll see over. It's down 9% right now. You can't expect everything to just go up the whole time, right? If you look at we can look at natural right now, we can see it went up here, consolidated for a little bit, it's come back down. And we may see it come back up, have to wait and see. I mean, ultimately, this is also always the inherent problem with meme tokens. That's why I will probably get some Nacho full disclosure, because I think Nacho's going to be one that's going to do quite well. But I'm not exactly worried, because I'm not in Nacho right now. But also why I have never got into meme token in the past, because there is nothing really holding a meme token up. This is, as much as, Nacho's fair launch, and it's, meant to be the baby of Casper, KLC20, like, it's just, it's community that pushes it up. And Nacho, what it needs next up is exchange listings to help that price continue. If it gets exchange listing, then we'll see the price go up again. But right now, it's just there. Nacho losing a few millions is not exactly dumping. Well, there you go. Well, toggle delay. I mean, it's come down, down 9%, but we're still waiting for listings and stuff like that. Everything else coming for Nacho, which I'm sure we'll see more and more as time goes on. I think I spoke about Nacho here. Did I not? No, I didn't. Okay, well, I've been seeing Nacho news anyway. So they're getting stuff in the works right now with listings. So we'll see stuff coming very, very soon. Oh, you're up on Casper. Well, that's good. I think Casper's doing very, very well right now, my man. We can see Casper right now is up 14% on the daily, 33%. Even on on the floor price, 30%. That's very, very good to see. And we hopefully see continue. Again, these projects right now, we saw this. The KLC20 was launched on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a little over a week. It's been 8 days since KLC20 launched, and the meme tokens then came out soon after that. So we're going to probably start seeing, with the listings coming out and other developments happening, we'll start seeing these move stagnate and then explode a bit more. Because exchange listings for meme tokens are very, very big. Hence why we saw stuff like Baby Doge and Turbo do very, very big things because of meme token launching. If we get a exchange listing, you think we're going to Turbo trajectory? I basically answered that with a good question. Again, these are full disclosure, meme tokens are not my expertise. you're better off asking people like maybe Crypto Galaxy or other people who know meme tokens about their expertise. I don't know meme tokens that well. I know there is no utilities behind them, so they're a lot more volatile. So therefore, listings will hopefully do a lot more positive price movement than we will do with, Casper. Binance would be amazing for Casper, but if you saw Binance in terms of percentile growth, if you saw Binance come to Casper, that would do much more than a Casper boom, just in comparison wise, because obviously it's such a small project. It's a micro cap as well. It's a very, very small project. But I think, some exchange listing would be very, very good for it. I mean, we can see, for example, like SOMPs. We go to SOMPs right now. SOMP is up 31% on the daily, 30% on the daily, because it just had an LBank listing. It came down. LBank listing happened, where was it? 8 hours ago. Very, very recently. And then we can see 8 hours ago is probably around here. This is 7. It's currently 4 where I'm at. So around here, LBank listing, and then we saw this. So listing, and that's LBank. It's not even it's not the major one. It's a good exchange, like for getting cheap crypto, but it's not a major one. So when we see exchanges, we'll see more volatile movement. And going back to what we're talking about, so we're seeing this happen. We're seeing more unemployment in the market right now. Unemployment rate for people aged 16 to 24 has jumped by 9.7% in August, the highest level since June 2021, which was the start of the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. This is, by comparison, the national unemployment rate is at 4.2%, and that's near a 3-year high. Ultimately, we're just seeing the labour market deteriorate, and the youth are usually the first to feel it. So people who are, younger will start feeling it more and more. That's why, again, people, I hear it all the time through, social forums and even, mates and brothers of mine where they're like, all my, I hate all my employees because they just don't have no desire to work. Well, of course not. They're younger people who know they're going to get let off whenever they don't do anything right, and they're getting paid little to nothing to doing it. And they're always, and because they haven't got enough experience, they're always the first to go as well. That's why you're also seeing many more people turn into content creation. I guess I'm doing that myself right now, but people who turn into content creation, people turn into OnlyFans, all this other sort of stuff to be their own creator because they can make money their own way on social media because they can't work for corporates, business, because they'll get let go. And then people are living off benefits right now as well, which is really, it is a tough time right now in the market. And this is also why, seeing more, sources leading to potential there being a recession incoming very well. And then that's when I want to talk about a potential crisis on the horizon. Shout out to one of my ledger lords, Cody, for this massive scoop here on the Daily Wire. Here's how a dock worker strike could upend the economy and the election. I'm not going to read the whole thing out word for word for you here, but in comparison, in a summary of this, basically, there's a looming dock worker strike that could throw the economy and the election into chaos. Basically, the International Longshoremen Association, which represents about 85,000 docks nationwide, they're threatening to go on a strike on the 1st of October, which is, a week away now. Very, very soon, for, lack of agreement, so to speak. And this is very, very bad because the strike would shut down 5 of North America's 10 busiest ports, 36 ports in total, along the east and Gulf Coast, which would cause a massive supply chain issue, lack of, of resources going in and out of the country, which would be a very, very bad thing. And this could, have long-lasting, even just a one-day strike could have week-long effects. So if it ends up being an extended period of time, we, could see a very long-lasting effects, which could impact consumer past election day. And of course, this is going to drastically affect the likes of Kamala Harris, because this is what basically can happen, right? The Biden administration has the power to stop strikes that could threaten national security, but seemingly Joe Biden's not doing anything about it. The White House has said they're not going to do anything. They're not going to intervene. Let them try and do it themselves. So ultimately right now we're just not seeing any real move from Biden administration. So this could be very, very worrying in that regard. Very, very worrying. And again, causing more problems potentially for Kamala Harris, only 6 weeks away from the election day. So again, it's more, despite again that we're starting to see, the rate cuts are out of the way, and we got, regulations starting to be enforced as well in the market. Ultimately, right now, there's still always going to be, with this whole, this whole shattered glass level of economy right now. It's like right now, this economy is a broken piece of pottery, right, and you try to glue it back together. Right now, that's how the economy is acting right now. It's just moments away from shattering again. These sort of catalysts, sort of information can just cause reversals of the market and corrections, because it's just going to cause another form of economic downturn. You know, consumer, as it says here, it can cause I forgot the part of terminology. It could cause it could upend the economy and cause and the election, just causing a whole downturn, because it would affect the consumers, the supply chain. Gosh, there you go, supply chain. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, that's ultimately where we are right now in the economy. This is only a week away, so make sure you keep eyes on for that. Again, shout out to Cody for the scoop. So we're also seeing, more and more signs of, housing prices rising higher and higher, unemployment rising higher and higher, and people starting to try and stand up to try and fight for their rights. Which again, this could be squashed out by Joe Biden, but he's doing nothing about it. Maybe he's being petty because obviously they voted for Kamala Harris to lead the next election as opposed to Joe Biden. Maybe he's being petty, who knows? But we're going to see that incoming, which is worrying, but I'm not too bothered at the same time. And the reason I say that is because, again, we're starting to see a turn in this economy in regards to crypto, right? The economy, financial economy is really, really struggling, but crypto-wise, we're seeing, again, a turn in that regard. Bitcoin Magazine puts here, Kamala Harris says, we will encourage innovative technology like AI and digital assets. Now, of course, Kamala Harris was seemingly very, not anti-crypto, but very much on the fence about it. There was stuff in her when she was first, talking about running, when she was first elected as the next runner-up for the Democrats to become the president. She was talking about, the fact that she wanted Gary Gensler to be the Treasury Secretary, which I think is a very, very terrible idea. The fact that she said she was pro-crypto and she was holding like meetings and stuff with like the likes of Ripple and Circle and Stellar, to my knowledge, as well. But at the same time, she was still, in terms of pro-crypto candidacy, she's not the same level of what Donald Trump seems to be. But she still seems to be pro-crypto. And the fact that she's talking about a boost in AI and digital assets is quite good to see. And again, it's also could explain why we saw such a massive boom with the AI projects recently, like Tau and everything else. Because we're starting to see, again, more adoption with Tau. And that also will help stock markets like Nvidia, which are going to be helping with the AI chips as well. So we had that as well. And then we've got this here from Donald Trump. I'm not going to play the video out, but ultimately it's just Trump speaking at this event here, where he's actually suggesting that cryptocurrency could be used as a form of payment to pay off the $35 trillion worth of national debt that America has right now, that the world has right now, which is actually, that's nuts. That's insane if that is the case. And I think it is possible. We're seeing some institutions, some companies, the likes of XRP, for example. They are in partnership with a company called Open Eden. And Open Eden, a few months back, got a rating. So, S tier, A tier, B tier. They got an A tier rating from a company called Moody. And Moody are ones that kind of will give ratings towards bonds and government entities and that sort of thing. So that's a very big deal for Ripple's partner to be getting that, Open Eden. And Open Eden are also going to be tokenizing T-bills, which is just tokenizing debt on the XRP ledger. That's also one reason why I do hold a little with XRP, because XRP right now seem to have their fingers, their greedy fingers in the right areas of the industry. Despite their centralized nature, I understand the risk of that. They have their fingers in the right place and they are there long enough. So we're starting to see that. And this, people may love Trump, may not love Trump, may like Kamala Harris. Again, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care who gets elected, truthfully. But this coincides with what BlackRock was saying as well. As we can see from Forbes magazine here, now as fears swell, the US dollar is on the verge of a total collapse. The world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, has warned of growing concerns around the spiraling $35 trillion debt pile that's predicted to drive institutional interest into Bitcoin. So BlackRock here have confirmed, effectively what Donald Trump also stated later on here, that crypto is going to be very, very big and can help us get out of our economic, crisis, get out of a debt crisis. And that's also why institutions are going to start seeking more and more into crypto. Why you saw the likes of BNY Mellon recently, confirmation recently that BNY Mellon have received a green light from the SEC to custody Bitcoin and crypto. You're seeing BlackRock getting more involved. You're seeing you can pretty much go onto any news forum right now, from the European Central Bank, WEF, the IMF, the BIS, all of them talking about blockchain technology, digital assets, stable coins, whatever it may be, this shift to the new monetary system. That is why I'm bullish on crypto. Despite the financial woes right now in the economy, the signs that we're going to be entering a recession in due time, this will be delayed, in my opinion, I think if we do get a recession, which I mean, no one wants that, but if it does happen, then I'm going to try and prepare as I can. If we do get a recession, I think we're going to end up seeing a shift. This shift happen where you see the economy start collapsing and struggling in a few months' time. Maybe mid 2025. We'll have to wait and see what the sources suggest, and the news unfolds and stuff develops more. We'll start to see what the prediction it comes around. But right now, I think we're still going to see a very, very bullish Q4 of this year, Q1 of this year, especially for Casper having the 10 BPS hard fork would have been completed by then as well. We'll see tier 1 listings coming by that point as well, and KRI getting more involved and so on and so forth. So again, I'm very, very bullish what's coming to Casper. Boy, we're in a recession and World War 3. I mean, World War 3 again is speculative. I mean, but both are speculative right now. There are sources suggesting there's a possibility for both. I'm not paid too much to the war because I find the war very depressing. I don't. Obviously, have the stuff with Russia, Ukraine. They have what's happening with Hamas as well. So yeah, there's always looming waves of that, and that could be again one factor to take into account as well when you're seeing these grey out areas, which is the sign of recession. These grey out areas are the sign of recession. One thing that I heard from one of my sources, which I'll show you in my videos in the past as well, is that the factor that took into account with these recessions, of course, it was the yield curve and unemployment rate and all that stuff. Yeah, yield curve and unemployment rate go hand in hand, but also there was a major event that caused that effect, right? So 08 was the housing bubble, 2019 was COVID. Like you see these events that caused it, the collapse of the housing bubble, that sort of stuff. So this time round, there are many catalysts it could potentially be, from potential World War 3, potential incoming recession due to the housing bubble again, because the housing, again, if you've showcased, is going absolutely parabolic right now. Like it's worse than the housing bubble. Potential collapse of the financial system as the dollar's collapsing more and more, and we're switching from fiat to crypto. There are many possible catalysts to see this incoming recession become to fruition. But I'm not worried about it, at least not right now, because I think they're still going to see signs of very, very bullish momentum in crypto in the very near future. Again, that to me is positive. This past 3-4 days for Bitcoin is positive, because we can see, in accordance to this level of resistance that I drew out, between 63, 64k to 65k, Bitcoin has repeatedly, every single day, it hit here, came back down, rebounded off it again, came back down, did it again yesterday, went a bit more deep into it again, but it's constantly hit this level and come back down. But it's done it 4 days in a row, so there seems to be a lot of built-up tension, which leads me to believe that unless something drastic happens in the next few days, we could potentially see Bitcoin finally break above it, and then it'll push towards maybe 68k, maybe 70k, and then start to push towards all-time high going into October. And then again, if this news gets sorted out and we don't see potential backlash in the economy, we could see more and more news coming there, and Bitcoin pushing to new all-time highs. 80k, 100k, and so on and so forth. Again, why I'm so bullish on crypto and Casper, of course, with it being fair launch, proof of work, similar following in Bitcoin's footsteps. Casper is a project I think will do very, very well. And there's loads of money to be made in crypto right now. Casper, of course, is the great one, but you've got many other projects. Again, AI, gaming. You've got DeFi protocols as well. You've got meme tokens, which again, I'm not a big lover of them, but you can make money in them. So you've got loads of aspects to make money in this space. And that's also, again, why I created a free to join Discord server. Shameless plug once more, I know, but we just went through an expansion. We're going to be talking more and more, not just about Casper, but just crypto in general, also spreading, market sentiment information. This sort of stuff here is what's in the Discord server that we provide just to showcase people and keep people informed about the stuff happening in the market. So, just a place to learn, right? And I welcome you all to join the server and help build your knowledge. Casper is pumping hard, surpassing 5 million right now. Is that so? Yeah, it is. Oh, it says 4.6 here. Maybe it's different. Maybe I haven't refreshed it. That's why. It is. Oh, it is pumping very hard right now. Wow. Yeah, it's going it's up 60% right now. That's very, very good to see. Maybe Casper's having its pump right now. That's very, very cool. Kamala Harris wants taxes on unrealized gains. Yeah, that I also did see, and that's also something that I put in my free Discord server. I'm going to get the link up right now. Just to showcase it. Unrealized gains. Did I spell it like that? Oh yeah. Well, this is one of them. This is billionaire Mark Cuban. So this is billionaire Mark Cuban, of course, talking about it on CNBC about Kamala Harris wanted to tax unrealized gains, which would kill the stock market, which it would, because therefore this sort of announcement, if it comes to fruition, would disincentivize, it would stop the likes of long-term holding. No one wants to hold long-term. If the longer you hold, you're just going to get taxed on it more and more. So no one wants to hold on it long-term. And it's also talking about your economic advisor. Kamala Harris' economic advisor also confirms the plan to tax unrealized gains. But here's the thing. She can confirm the plan to do so. Doesn't mean it's going to work. Because will Congress want that? All of these people who are, the 1% who are all greedy, like the rest of us, I guess, in some regard, they're all greedy who want to make more and more money. She can put the idea forward, but it's not something that she could pass by herself. She'd have to, go through Congress, and Congress just say, no, we don't want that. So whether she gets in power, if she gets in power or not, beats Trump, whoever, we don't know. She does want to do this. The chance of it going through, I think, are minimal, because I don't think anyone's going to want it. Even her own Democrats won't want it. Good evening, Casper, man. Welcome back to the stream. Over 50 days straight, you're so basic. Yeah, I know, man. I need to go up to 100 at least. God. You're awesome, my dude. Legend, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Brady, my man. Thank you very much for joining the stream. There is a daily in recession hitting the market, I think 6 to 18 months. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. For the most part, I think we're going to see, there are people, institutions speculating it'll be in July, June of next year. People saying it's going to be a little bit later on, but for the most part, it seems that we're going to see it potentially peak in the bull cycle. So bull cycle being around November to October time, I think that's when we're going to start seeing the full cycle recession start to come to fruition. Because remember as well, as confirmed in previous sources, and I've shown in previous streams as well, that recession, right? They're not confirmed until we're already in it. They're always, again, this is what we proved. I showed it in the video, but this sort of sounds like this chart here. Again, we can see its unemployment rate. The recession technically started here, in 2007, when the rate cuts were first issued. The rate cuts were first issued, or 50 basis point cut. That's when the recession was technically happening, but nothing was confirmed until it actually, the market showcased it more so in 2008. It would be the same thing. So we had the 50 basis point cut already. So that is the sign potentially of there being a recession. It's not confirmed. Again, nothing's confirmed. It's just speculative, but sources suggest it's quite likely. We're in a recession right now, and then it will be properly confirmed and announced in a few months' time. Enough time for us to hopefully make all our gains in crypto and become millionaires in Casper and other projects as well. What's up, Muhammad, my man? Welcome back to the stream. I'm good, my man. Hopefully you're doing well today as well. But yeah, ultimately we're seeing more and more big news for Casper, why I'm so bullish right now. This KII event, I'm very, very optimistic about. I'm hoping we're going to see some major announcement coming from the KII at this event that's happening. They're currently attending it today. I think we're going to see hopefully some very big stuff coming tomorrow. And I think the KII are going to help Casper really, really, take this space by storm. I think they really are, because it's bigger than you could possibly imagine, in my opinion. The people who are in partnership with them, all of the development. I'm going to quickly get up. I always mention the partnerships they have, but I'm actually going to get up the list of partnerships they have now. Just give me a moment to find it. But I found the picture, which I mentioned a while back, showcasing all that. Here it is. So, there, here. Shout out to Casper Maxi for this one. You can see the picture here. This is a list of. It's quite hard to see. I'd imagine. I'll try and make it a bit easier for people to see if I can. But this is basically the list showcasing all the partnerships they have. From DHL, Botch. You've got the likes of Hyundai is in there as well. You've got the likes of Shell down here. Massive institutions. There are probably some big names here that I don't even know. I just can't pick out right now. Here's Hyundai, as I mentioned. You've got very, very massive institutions. These are all the partnerships that DII have, and the KII confirmed at this event that's taking place today and tomorrow that there's so much demand from their institutional clients that there's not enough seating for them to get access to speak to, and hear about Casper, which is really, really cool. And you have the likes of Michael Sutton there and Shire there and everyone else, which is really, really cool. So I think we potentially see, I don't think we'll get necessarily all confirmation of all the major partnership announcements coming from them. Like, there'll be some NDAs, I'm sure, but this is just a list of people who have connections to Casper already. I'm sure some of them are already in partnership with them, trying to get Casper involved in the energy sector, in the supply chain, in the cross-border payments, I've got a list here actually. When Roy O'Neill spoke about it in the enterprise event, in the live, he said the 5 applications for blockchain were, when I find it, it's in my notes somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, here goes. Yeah, the 5 biggest enterprises applications in blockchain space is energy, of course, but they want to be Casper a part of that. Supply chain, public sector, cross-border payments, and settlement of contracts with financial institutions. So that's what Casper going to be a part of, literally targeting all the major sectors. I'm sure all you got the likes of like XRP, for example, they're already targeting cross-border payments. You got other institutions that are seemingly also targeting energy a little bit, but seemingly none of them have the same level of adoption energy than I think Casper already does. I mean, Casper's very early again, but it's got this DII in itself. I think one of the biggest applications for energy that Casper can have. Have partnership with Shell, sort of thing like that. That's very, very big, very, very big. I hope the recession starts in 2026. I think the more the bull run will big gains for Casper will be. We need more time for smart contracts because those will be huge. Yeah, I mean, I would love for it to happen in 2026 as well, my man. Again, that'd be more gains for crypto, more gains for Casper. But I mean, it's always a potential, right? Again, there's always a chance that we don't see a recession. And that'd also be, that'd be interesting. If there's no recession, that means that the Fed did somehow achieve their soft landing, which I don't think a soft landing is possible anymore. I don't think we're going to get a soft landing. But if they do, then fantastic, they achieved it. But I think we'll get. I think the sources suggest that there's more chance of a recession right now. And I think, 2026 would be very, very good. You see the peak of the bull cycle, it comes back down, and then you just see, very, very low markets. I think smart contracts will definitely be big for Casper, but that probably won't happen until end of 2025, 2026. Maybe not for 2027. We'll have to wait and see where the developments come through with Casper and Jonas Dobilinski. But yeah, again, this is all like partly speculation, but again, this is sources that I'm showcasing to you time and time again that support this evidence. I'm not just saying trust me, bro. I'm not a trust me, bro guy. I don't try to be. I'll try and showcase sources for my beliefs and articles suggesting the very similar thing of what I'm getting onto right now, which is why I again try to keep you informed. This sort of information again I put in my Discord server for everyone to get informed about it. And I think once we see the market in a bit of peril, we'll see some upturns. Some very bullish things coming for crypto. As the market matures more and more and industries get more and more involved, and Casper is still very, very early. DEXing coming, stablecoins coming as well, USDT, USDC, Bitcoin and Ethereum come to KRC20. We're going to see those meme tokens go up more and more. Stomps has got an exchange listings. We'll see more coming from other projects as well. Casper's got it on their roadmap to get a listing. They already, Casper Ghost Casper has already confirmed they have listings lined up. Like they had people like MEXC and other exchanges like XT also seemingly they are talking to them about getting listings. So this is not going to be long as well. That's going to help Casper go up more and more. I think Casper might even jump quite significantly, being the second most popular right after Nacho right now, closely followed by Gold. So I think we'll see some very big stuff for that in due time. Of course, Gold again with the AI thing, that's going to be very, very good for it. Nacho, of course, is going to be a big one. And again, KRC20 tokens on Tangum. Cannot wait. More and more ways to get hold. Again, Tangum is one of the, I do have Tangum and I do really, really like Tangum. I think it's a very, very good place to store your Casper. Cold storage, keep hold of your own, not your keys, not your crypto. It's best way to keep it, because again, we all know the stuff that happened with exchanges, with the KRC20 launch and the sheer volume of the congestion. They had the likes of MEXC, L-Bank and many, many other exchanges that just halted transactions because they couldn't handle the sheer volume. Which also is why we saw Casper come back down quite quickly, I believe. Casper had a volume of 100 million. Obviously now it's at 50 million, which is not that bad, but came back down to 30 million again. And I think it would have stayed higher for longer if the exchanges were able to keep up with it, but they couldn't. So the exchanges halted transactions, so that stopped the volume. They kind of froze volume, which also inhibited Casper's growth, I think. I'm not saying Casper would have gone up to 20 cents again, but I'm just saying it did stop it, and that's quite worrying because the exchange needs to be switched on. They need to be. I know Tangum also did a few transactions as well, but I think they recovered quicker than anyone else as well, which is good to see. And yeah, we're going to see more and more stuff from the KRI as well. I'm hoping to see some major announcement. I'm also looking forward to this roundtable, this live I'm going to be listening to later today, 9 p.m. for me, which will be, that's about, 9 p.m. for me, which means about 4 hours from now for those who are watching the stream right now. So if you're still, in a time zone when you can watch it, which I know the likes of Leroy probably can't, it'd be like 3 a.m. for him there, 4 a.m. If you can, then listen to this because it might probably be quite big. Might see the KI get involved as well. It'd be very, very cool. And as Bufflink always says, Turbo, Bufflink and Leroy always got me. If you love these streams, leave a like on the stream, share with your friends to get them informed about the stream and Casper and crypto, and subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. And if you want to learn more about crypto market sentiments, we're going through a massive transformation, I like to believe, right now. We're going to grow more and more in adoption. We're going to get a more complete ecosystem, not just Casper. then please feel free to join my free Discord server on the screen right now, in the chat, and also in the description. Turbo just breaking local highs. Let's go. Was Turbo doing that? Okay. Well, we'll see. Again, I think Turbo was one that I think just got a Binance listing, did it not? I think it did recently. Yeah, I think the Binance listing was here. Was it here? What's that? Oh, no, Binance listing was here. So it was on the 16th. So yeah, about a week ago. And it's just, came up quite considerably, came back down. So if we go to find out how long it actually has been, it's been since it got listed on Binance, which was it was here. So it's gone up. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but hey ho. It's gone up 800%. That's not right. That's not right. I didn't think so. Okay. Well, either way, it's doing very well right now. We can see Turbo's doing very, very well. And that's what meme tokens can do. They can be very, very volatile. They are good. There's money to be made in meme tokens. I'm not in them again because I think they're risky. But I'm sure as the market develops more and more and the price starts going up, I'll probably get into some meme tokens to try and make some quick gains and then put more into Casper. What you think about Casper devs talking about politics on X? I don't really mind. I mean, at the end of the day, right, much of their developers and they're trying to hold a certain image is their it's their pages, their accounts. They can it's, the whole point of X, especially especially after Elon Musk took it over, is all the element of free speech. They can say what you want. If I know, for example, Shy in particular is very, very passionate and talks a lot about the whole situation in Israel, in the Middle East. So if they want to talk about that, that's so informative. Like, they're welcome to say what they want. I don't hold any emotional attachment to that, really. Like, sometimes I don't tend to read it very often, but if I do, I'm like, it's quite interesting to me. And also it's good to see as well that it just kind of, I think, also coincides with the nature of where their morals are and also understanding how they think. And also the fact that they are knowledgeable people. They obviously have to be if they're making the next big crypto, the next groundbreaking technology. But they're evidently very, very knowledgeable people. What's your main cast to reach financial freedom? What's the main Casper to reach financial freedom? Well, it depends on how much you hold, doesn't it? If you hold, just 10,000 Casper, financial freedom, it depends also on your lifestyle. If you're living somewhere, in like a third world country, then you may not need as much. For me, I live in the United Kingdom, and it's expensive here. It's expensive here. Like, just it is. For example, like if I'm, okay, maybe not third world country, but like, for example, if I'm in the United Kingdom right now, I can, I can be just breathing air and spending £10 a day. If I go to like Japan, for example, £10 a day in Japan is equivalent to at least when I went recently to Japan, £10 a day was equivalent to I think it was 2,000 yen, which would get you a significant meal, and even then some. Like, you can do quite a lot of £10 in Japan. So it depends on where you're based. If you're in Japan, then financial freedom you may not need as much if you're having Casper. But if you're like where I'm at, I'd need a little bit more. But in saying that, again, it also depends on how much you hold of Casper. I'd say with how the economy is shifting, ultimately I just think everyone had the chance. With the fact that Casper's at 16 cents, everyone had the chance right now to be in Casper early and become millionaires. That's kind of the buzzword, but also the hope that I hope that everyone gets, become millionaires with Casper, right? Because it's really, really undervalued. It's a project that should be reaching $1,000 in 10, 20 years time. So if it's at 16 cents and it goes to $1,000, that's right there is a 5,000x in 10, 20 years time. So just that's also why I hold it long term. That's why I hold Casper long term. I'm not saying it like, again, that shouldn't make that, which is, if it follows the power law, it should make $1,000 in like 10, 20 years time. And that's my plan for my plan for Casper is to just make my money from it. I've never sold any of it. I'm holding it. I'll sell some at $1, $1.50, $2 a peak bull cycle, and then I'll get back into the bear cycle and just keep accumulating more and more as a store of value, as a medium of exchange, and just build my wealth. This right now, I think, is the most groundbreaking time to make your wealth with Casper and crypto, due to the fact that it is so undervalued without institutions being involved yet, no regulations yet, and it's starting to get incorporated now. Any Casper red packet code? Not sure what you mean by that, my man. So I'm going to say no. I know in California it's just about here. Yeah, I mean, again, there are certain regions of the world where it's more expensive. I know the pound is one of the more expensive currencies. I think Dubai is very expensive. This pound sterling is very expensive. Obviously, dollar is very expensive as well. But like, I think the exchange rate from the pound sterling to dollar is like $1. It's equivalent to like £1, I think 15 or something like that. No, sorry, £1. £1 sterling is equivalent to like $1.15. I don't know what the conversion is. Let me quickly look it up. Pound to dollar exchange rate. Yeah, so it's £1 is equivalent to $1.33. So it's yeah. In the bigger countries, of course, it's a lot worse. But UK sucks. But that's also why when I do get my my Casper bag, I'm gonna hopefully just go traveling. Obviously, still making content for you guys. I can't leave you guys alone, but go traveling around, like Asia and stuff, and live my life, because I very much enjoy the thought of doing that. Thoughts on if Casper volume drops, that could mean exchanges have stopped buying and listing is getting closer. Yeah. I mean, that is also a possibility. For the most part, right now, Casper volume is still at 50 million. We could see that happening. Very potential. We could see that happening. I'd be interested to see if that happens. I mean, ultimately, right now, I'm just watching the news forums and waiting for the Kraken listing right now. I think we will end up getting a listing in due time, though. And I don't think the volume will drop too drastically for Casper at this point because of how big a project it actually is. People are constantly buying into it. Right now, if you look at the wallets for Casper, we can see the Casper wallets are still, behaving quite well. We're getting more and more every single day, despite the fact that we are seeing, drops off here and there. 424, but just keep in mind, before the Cas 20 launch, that was at 405. It's got, and when at the peak of Cas 20 launch, that was at 435. So it's still got a considerable size of addresses holding Casper. But I think they could push away some people from the project or create some problems. I think they should talk about it. I get what you mean, Toggle Delay. I get what you mean. Like, some people don't want to hear the political views. I know there have been people who have voiced a shy, why you're talking about this stuff, we don't want to hear about it. And his reply is, it's my Twitter page, deal with it, which I respect him for that, because it is, like, at the end of the day, it's free speech, so he should say what he wants. I do understand the point of, like, maybe you should detach your work with, Casper and your business, as opposed to your actual personal one, your personal account. But end of the day, right, if he becomes big enough, people might just end up finding out if Shy has two accounts anyways, and then just make the connection anyways, saying he shouldn't be talking about it. End of the day, I think he's welcome to say what he wants. I understand the sentiment behind it being, it could cause problems, but, it's something he's passionate about, and if people don't like it, then, same way people have problems with Trump, they just don't support him. I want to make enough to move inwards and live off dividends. Yeah, I would love to just... I want to have enough just to where I could just sit back and do nothing and just sipping mimosas on my Casper island for my Casper money in my Casper helicopter. If you return to Indonesia, you shouldn't need much. Yeah, I mean, the places like Taiwan, Indonesia, other parts in Asia, which it's much cheaper to live there. Yeah, I mean, I have gone there on holiday once or twice, and I do really enjoy it there. I think it's a very nice area. I think Japan is beautiful. I want to go back to Japan again, very, very much. I'm going to try and go there again next year if I can. Yeah, I mean, it's just the cost of living right now, and we're going to see potentially more, it getting worse before it gets better, with the whole unemployment stuff rising more and more. The fact that this stuff is happening, and yet the consumer's still not dropping at all. Things are still getting more and more expensive. I remember back in the day when you get a Freddo bar, a chocolate bar, I'm not sure you get them in America, but in the UK, a Freddo chocolate bar used to cost 5p. So I can get 20 of them for £1 after school. It'd be amazing. Now they cost 50p, if not £1. I'm not paying that for a Freddo bar. Are you joking me? But anyways, with that being said, again, a little bit of a ramble. I apologize for that. But again, thank you very much for watching the stream once more. Very successful stream. Again, thank you for the donation, my man. Going back to the name, who it was It's all good. Thank you very much for the donation, my man. You're a legend. If you enjoy these streams, be doing these daily. I'll be back again tomorrow. As always, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And if you want to know about crypto market then leave a, and by all means, please feel free to join the free Discord server link in the chat right now. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't go change and sync up the channel, sync up the time, sync up the news.